Hello, welcome to Zatu Games. Today I'm going to be doing an infoboxing of Praga Caput Regni, which is the latest game from Delicious Games and Vladimir Suchi, who combined to make the fantastic underwater cities. Let's go have a look inside that beautiful box. Hello, welcome to Zatu Live. Today I'm going to be infoboxing this. I don't know why I put so much emphasis on the info, but I did. I better just check this is in the correct place because I have had problems with Streamlabs recently. So let me just... Yes, Zatu Games is live. That's right. It's on the right channel. This is from Delicious Games and Vladimir Suchi, who last teamed up for Underwater Cities, which might just be my favourite game of all time. It is a Euro game on the medium to heavyweight side, which means that its complexity is reasonably high. Having said that, there is perhaps a smoother playthrough than there is in Underwater Cities, arguably. So let's have a look, see what's inside. So I have opened up and done everything. So the first thing I want to show you is this amazing kind of IKEA instruction books for building some of the punch board. Now, it says in certain parts to use glue. I found that when I punched this out and constructed it, it was fairly sturdy without glue. I did glue all the little joints here, but if I were doing it again, I would probably only glue these side bits and maybe these top bits on to keep it all held together. I don't think you need to go overboard. And then there is a dial on the actual board, which we'll see shortly. The rules are good, but I will warn you that I didn't notice when I was reading this that the rules came stapled in the wrong order. So I went straight from this page. The first clue is my component page was split up, but I've seen that done in other games, so I thought it was just talking about these components first and these. But if your rules, if you get this game, do check that your rules are in the correct order, because you will save yourself a lot of time. They are really good when they're in the correct order, but there is a lot to remember, and I found myself forgetting my bonuses, ironically. It wasn't things that punish me, it was my bonuses I was forgetting. And I will say that this game has a kind of generosity and looseness with the rules, where you're quite free in the order you do things and how you collect the bonuses in most cases. So here we have a little, it's not the greatest player aid, I would say. It's mainly a scoring aid on the back there. This just reminds you, should you take upgrades, you get points on one of the tracks, and about kind of placement and stuff. So I'm not even sure what that one relates to. I think it's the points, yeah, that you get when you place a building. So this is the board. It's massive. It's got loads of spots on it. I'm just going to highlight some of those. This is the action wheel, and it's got a couple of really clever things. So it will start here. Depending on the player count, if you're doing 4 players, start here, and you drop a little cube in that bit, and then the actions are double hexagon tile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagons, and they come out either into a red area or a green area or a blue area. There's only 6 of them, and each have 2 actions on, and you'll choose one of these, and you'll choose one of the actions on them. Now, in the basic game, there's 3 types of tiles and they're repeated, but you can flip them over and use the more complicated side. If you take from the red side, you need to pay. If you take from the green side, you just take. And if you take from the blue side, you get bonus points. Also, whichever tile you take, you get the bonus above it, be it wheels, being able to buy eggs, wheels, windows, wheels. Buying eggs for coins, getting rock, taking a special tile, getting points, and so on and so forth. This side I will explain presently because that is what we built earlier, and you're going to be spending most of the game, well, doing lots of stuff. Down in the southern area of the board, you're going to be playing buildings. If you play them into the richer areas, you may have to pay additional costs. And if you can match the corners up with these icons, you'll be getting bonuses. There's also the King's Road, which leads to the bridge, which is, I'm going to have to show you, it's a big board. Up here, the bridge, so you come along down here, and eggs give you extra stuff on the road there, and then when you put the bridge out, you're able to get some more bonuses. And then there's just a storage space up there for the various building tiles. So here it is. There's no insert. We have technology tiles. This upgrades your hex, which just tells you what moves you can do. Basically, these are the 6 actions you can take. And you can upgrade them so that when you take those actions you get bonuses. You can also build walls around this, and in a similar fashion, there we go, let's see, you're looking to match up some of the bonuses. So this one has a window there. If I matched it up with that one, I would get 2 windows because those 2 match. Whereas these have the red bonus on the corners. So for example, as if I haven't got any more red ones there. Let's have a look. There we go. So if where's it gone? There. If I matched those 2 up, for example, I would get a red token. If I finish that off, I would get 2 red tokens. And then they let you move up on some of the cardboard constructs or give you various rewards. So there's walls, there's upgrades, and the last ones are buildings, which are the red backed ones. Now buildings are similar, they just give you different rewards. This one will let you score, give you some rewards in green there, that's its cost. It potentially gets you a blue token, which multiplies at the end for your points. And some of these will have little squares on for a sort of area control battle, for control of the, saw them somewhere. Yeah, these things here, these little market stalls, they've got a name, I've totally forgotten what they are. So in general, you'll be building these buildings around these on the board, and whoever has the most control when it's completely, the most cubes when it's completely surrounded, will get both rewards. Anyone else will just choose one. In here too, in this bag that that's wrong, that I've sorted out, we have the action tiles that I told you about that go on that wheel. So if I bring the wheel back in, I'll show you exactly what I mean with those. Eggs are important. Apparently eggs were used to build, I think it's the Charles Bridge. So here we are back with the Spinnerboard. I forgot to tell you one thing about this. So there'll be 6 of these, like so, around the board. You'll choose one, pay any costs or gain any rewards, get these bonuses, then you'll choose one of the actions on here. So to improve my gold mines or produce my gold, and get a wool tile, that is. But on the back, they don't match, so you could have different things. So you either use side A or side B. So these are actually the 3 different tiles that you can choose from. It's the King's Path and Bridge, or upgrade, a building or your rock mine, and gold or your walls. So that's how those work. Also, you'll remember I said about a cube that goes in here. Now, when this gets a certain amount around, it falls into this hole and it can't push any further. And that's to remind you to move the round tracker down, which is a really, really neat system and a way of making sure you track the game properly. These, we'll leave those for now. I'll just get the bridge first. These are more player things. During the game, you can get various technologies of different ages. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and some of them are kind of ongoing benefits. This is a 1, so every time you get rock from the wheel, you also get rock and a point, and that will be with you for the rest of the game, 1 of each age. The last 2 ages more give you bonus points, so like endgame points or one-off usage. so we're coming down to the bottom now. We've seen that, we've seen that. I have sorted my resources into these 2 game trays, which I got separately. These were from a Kickstarter, but you can get on the Zatu website geek boxes. In this case, I quite like these because they're split into 3. Geek boxes are just about that size and they only have 1 container. But in here, I've got eggs and windows. Windows can be used to climb the path of the 2 buildings, climb upwards. Or if you've got a gold window and a white window or 2 gold windows, you can take another action on your turn. In here we have some of the bonuses. So these are just things that need to go on the board at the start. And then we have the red and blue tokens. These are multiplied by one of the buildings, how far up you get on there. This is the bridge that you will build, and where did I put those tokens? Just to the side. So these pop out and you can have them either way round, and essentially when you get to the bridge along the road you pay an egg to hop on this one of these levels here, and the first time you do it you'll take a silver-backed one, slap it over the 2 things, you get those 2 things, and you get the reward on the bridge tile itself. When you do a gold one, that is going to be some end game scoring for you, and you do that immediately after it will be your next action on the road should you get that far. We have the player pieces in various colours, and then the player boards. These are dual layered, but they're kind of like a book. So you have a hinge there and you punch out all the holes and then you push the rivets through and you track your rock and your gold here when you get to certain points. Books send you off on your tech track, which is how you get those tech tiles. This track simply multiplies by how far you get on this track. So if you got to 7 on this track and up to the top of this track, 3 times 7, 21 points at the end of the game. And here you'll be tracking your mines for the rock and for the gold. The further you get along, the kind of better. You also get to get some seals, which are endgame points. But when you take the expand action, you go up 1 on these and get 1, or you can produce and you take everything shown. So if I have my token in here, I would get 1 up on the tech track, 1 point, and if I've got a token here, I'd get that bonus as well. But they're really nice. I don't mind I love dual layer boards, and I don't mind when they're done like this as a kind of book, because they still keep the stuff together. Then we have lastly the 2 buildings, which I have glued together apart from these bits. One's the cathedral, I know that. I don't know if I'm putting the right bit on it here. And you will see there are various spaces that you can go up. Various points during the game you can pay, what is it? It's on the board, I can't remember. You will get actions that let you go left or right, depending on which one it is. On this one you start here and you want to move as far as you can up into the corner of that. So if you get up there, you're going to get the best points because you'll get 22 points for being up there. You'll get the 5 points when you land on it. And if it's the red one, which I think it is, does it say on it now? No, it's not. It's the castle. It's this one. So you'll see that you get, you times your blue coins by whichever column you are on. So if you've got loads of blue tokens, you times them by 4 if you're in this side, but on the other side, the higher you get up, the more points you get as well. And then the same on this one, but with the red tokens. In terms of variety, there is quite a lot because you also get these that you can kind of stick in to give yourself a different experience on that particular one. If you don't like the idea of these 3D bits, you find them hard to see, it is printed on the board and you can still use these pieces to change up what you're doing. So that one should go there, sorry. And keep track of it that way. So that is everything that's in the box. This is the suggested setup for the bottom of the box with the 2 builds going in here the two kind of buildings going in here with their backs there and the bridge there. And what I've done is I've put all the kind of side bits, variable bits down there just to keep it from moving around too much. All the player pieces go in this little trough that's created. Then I kind of just build up the bags as I'm going. I have found that if you're using these geek boxes or thingies, you want to get them kind of as low as possible so that you can fit everything in without getting any box lift. But yeah, you don't have to use those. You can use baggies. It just helps me make the setup quicker. So that is Praga Caput Regni. Probably absolutely butchering that the way I say it. I've played it solo 1.5 times. The first time I just forgot so many bonuses that it seemed crazy that I should score it. So I left it set up and played it again the next day. Had a really good time. The solo mode included is rather basic. It's more of a just playing the game with kind of one of the actions taken off and the wheel rotated each turn. There is, however, on the website a more in-depth solo mode. So that is Praga Caput Regni. Thanks very much for watching. Tonight on Instagram, Andy Bush from Absolute Radio, who hosts Bush's Board Game Thing, the podcast powered by Zatu, will be doing a Q&A at 7:30. So do check that out. And thanks very much for watching. Bye now. Thanks very much for watching, Zatu. Please do like, subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. And remember to catch us on Facebook and Twitch. We run live shows on those two. And we're also active on Instagram, Twitter and normal Facebook without it being live. So catch us in those places and we'll see you again soon. Bye.